Welcome to Kuala Lumpur, a bustling metropolis, a city of contradictions. Sleek skyscrapers pierce the humid sky, casting shadows on ancient temples and street markets teeming with life. This city is a sensory feast, an intoxicating blend of Malay, Chinese and Indian cultures, where the aroma of sizzling satay mingles with the fragrant scent of jasmine garlands. Today we're not just looking at the tourist traps, we're going to get under the skin of this city, understand its rhythm, its pulse. We're going to dive deep into the veins and arteries of Kuala Lumpur and figure out how to get around. Forget your fancy taxis and Ubers, all right? If you want to experience KL, you've got to take the pulse of the city. That means public transport. Yeah, it might seem daunting at first, but trust me, it's an adventure in itself. KL's public transportation system is surprisingly efficient and affordable. A chaotic ballet of steel and sweat. You've got your light rail transit, or LRT, mass rapid transit, MRT, monorails. Heck, they've even got a commuter train that'll whisk you away to the airport. Download the My Rapid app, grab yourself a touch-and-go card, and you're practically a local already. Now, I know what you're thinking. Anthony, it's hot, it's crowded, isn't it a pain? Look, this isn't about comfort, this is about immersion. Squeeze into a train carriage, rub shoulders with locals, eavesdrop on conversations you don't understand. This is where the real stories are, my friend. You'll find yourself sharing smiles with grandmothers carrying bags overflowing with groceries, maybe even striking up a conversation with a student on their way to university. And who knows, you might just discover a hidden gem, a hole-in-the-wall restaurant, or a bustling market that isn't in your guidebook. All right, so maybe you're not ready to brave the public transportation system just yet. I get it, sometimes you just want to get from point A to point B without breaking a sweat. That's where taxis and ride-hailing services come in. Now, KL has its fair share of taxis, but let's be real, haggling over fares in a foreign language isn't everyone's cup of teh tarik. That's why you'll want to download Grab, Southeast Asia's answer to Uber and Lyft. Grab is ubiquitous in KL. Seriously, you can't throw a durian without hitting a Grab driver. Open the app, punch in your destination, and within minutes you'll have a car whisking you away. The best part? You'll know the fare up front, no haggling required. Plus, Grab offers a range of services, from budget-friendly rides to fancy Grab car rides for when you're feeling like a high roller. But here's a little tip from a seasoned traveller. Avoid rush hour like the plague. KL traffic can be a beast, and you don't want to spend your precious vacation time stuck in a sea of cars. Trust me, it's about as much fun as a durian milkshake and just as fragrant. Instead, use that time to explore on foot, grab a bite to eat, or just soak up the city's vibrant atmosphere. Now, I know some of you out there are thinking, screw this, I want to explore at my own pace, Anthony. I want freedom. Look, I get it, the open road calls to the wild soul. But let's be honest, KL is not the place to be behind the wheel unless you have the patience of a Buddhist monk and a navigator who can predict traffic patterns with the accuracy of a fortune teller. The traffic here is legendary, a relentless swarm of cars, trucks and motorbikes all vying for a sliver of asphalt. Add to that the maze-like streets and the occasional torrential downpour, and you've got yourself a recipe for a nervous breakdown. My advice? Unless you're planning on venturing out of the city, save yourself the hassle and stick to other modes of transport. Now, if you're dead set on renting a car, I won't judge. Just promise me you'll do your research, all right? Get yourself a reliable GPS system or make sure your phone's data plan is up to snuff. And for the love of all that is holy, get yourself some decent insurance. Trust me, you'll thank me later. So, you want to be eco-friendly and adventurous, huh? Well, KL's got you covered. In recent years, the city has seen a surge in bike-sharing programs and e-scooter rentals. They're everywhere, these brightly coloured bikes and scooters just begging to be taken for a spin. And hey, why not? It's a great way to see the city at your own pace, zip through traffic and feel the wind in your hair. Now, I'm not going to lie, cycling in KL isn't for the faint of heart. The traffic can be intimidating, the roads aren't always bike-friendly, and the heat and humidity can be brutal. But hey, that's all part of the adventure, right? Just make sure you wear a helmet, obey traffic laws and stay hydrated. As for e-scooters, They're a relatively new addition to KL's urban landscape, and the jury's still out on whether they're a blessing or a curse. On the one hand, they're convenient, affordable, and a fun way to get around. On the other hand, they can be a menace on sidewalks, and there are concerns about safety and regulation. My advice, use your best judgment, be mindful of pedestrians, and don't be a jerk. All right, listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. The best way to experience any city is on foot. Yeah, I know it's hot, it's humid, and you've got places to be. But trust me, slowing down and exploring on foot is the only way to uncover the hidden gems, the unexpected details that make a city truly come alive. Now, KL might seem like a concrete jungle at first glance, but once you get off the main drags and into the back streets, you'll discover a different side to the city. Wander through the colourful alleyways of Chinatown, where the air is thick with the scent of incense and spices. Get lost in the labyrinthine streets of Little India, a feast for the senses with its vibrant saris, Bollywood music, and the aroma of fragrant curries. And don't even get me started on the street food. KL is a culinary paradise, and some of the best food is found in humble street stalls and hawker centres. So ditch the map, put on your walking shoes, and get ready to explore. You never know what treasures you'll uncover. All right, you've landed in KL, your bags are in tow, and the adventure is about to begin. But first, you need to navigate the often daunting task of getting from the airport to your hotel. Now, KLIA, the Kuala Lumpur International Airport, is a modern, efficient beast, but it's a bit of a hike from the city centre. You've got a few options here, depending on your budget and your tolerance for adventure. There's the KLIA Express, a high-speed train that'll whisk you to the city centre in under 30 minutes. It's a bit pricier than other options, but hey, time is money, right? If you're on a tighter budget, the KLIA Transit is a good option. It's a commuter train that makes a few stops along the way, but it's still a relatively quick and comfortable ride. Of course, there are always taxis and ride-hailing services like Grab, but be prepared to queue up, especially during peak hours. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can always rent a car. Just kidding, don't do that. Okay, let's talk about tourist transport. You know, the kind, those hop-on, hop-off buses, those guided tours promising to show you the real Kuala Lumpur. Look, I'm not going to lie, most of these are about as authentic as a plastic durian, but hey, I'm not here to judge. If you're short on time or just want a quick overview of the city's highlights, these tours can be a decent option. Just don't expect any off-the-beaten-path adventures or authentic cultural experiences. You'll be herded around with a bunch of other tourists, snapping photos of the same iconic landmarks. But hey, maybe that's your thing. Just don't tell anyone I sent you. All right, let's wrap this up with a few essential tips to keep you safe and sane while navigating the urban jungle of KL. First things first, always be aware of your surroundings. KL is generally a safe city, but petty theft can be a problem, especially in crowded areas. Keep your valuables close, be mindful of your surroundings, and don't be flashing your cash around like a drunken sailor. Next up, dress for the weather. KL is hot and humid year-round, so pack light, breathable clothing. And don't forget your sunscreen, a hat, and a refillable water bottle. Trust me, you'll need it. When it comes to communication, English is widely spoken in KL, but it never hurts to learn a few basic Malay phrases. Not only will it make your life easier, but it's also a sign of respect for the local culture. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. The locals in KL are generally friendly and helpful, and they're always willing to point you in the right direction. Just remember to be polite, smile, and maybe learn a few Malay phrases. It goes a long way. So there you have it, a crash course in navigating the vibrant chaos of Kuala Lumpur. From the steamy depths of the Pasar Seni market to the dizzying heights of the Petronas towers, this city is a journey for the senses. Remember, the real joy of travel lies not in ticking off a list of sights, but in surrendering to the unexpected, in embracing the chaos and discovering the soul of a city. With these tips, you're all set to explore Kuala Lumpur like a local. Safe travels and enjoy your journey in this incredible city. If this video was helpful to you in any way, please like, subscribe, comment and share. Your support helps us create more beneficial videos in the future. Thank you in advance.